So there folks, welcome back to Charoncraft. We are going to go out to the desert and collect some sand to finish off our wonderful sandstone roof. However, before we do that, I noticed our shovel, although it's auto-repairing pretty slowly. So we're probably going to need more than just this shovel. So we are going to make a new one. We are going to use some of our ever so precious platinum and one of our orichalcum. And we're going to make some selenigal, which should make a pretty decent shovel. Now, it won't auto-repair like this one does, but we can hold on to it. As long as we don't break it, we can either save up for some mossy if we find some later in life, or we can, maybe, if we find some more platinum / orichalcum, we could use an ingot of selenigal to repair it with. Not 100% sure yet, but a shovel's pretty cheap to make, so we're going to go ahead and do it. So we're going to wait for these two to melt. We're going to need a shovel head and a tool rod cast, which is an ingot and a half, which is not too bad at all. We're going to get 2 ingots out of this anyway. In fact, no, won't we get 4? I'm not sure. My math is a bit dodgy. I think we might get 4 because we put 2 ingots in and it's going to alloy into 4 selenigal. Excellent. So that's pretty good. Let's just we're making the whole thing out of selenigal because the durability on it will be pretty badass. It's probably the best durability thing we have at the moment, and it's nice and quick and easy to make. So let's do that. Let us. Shovel, selenigal, and selenigal. Oh yeah, it's going to have 4,000 durability with a mining speed of 14. So this is our sand digger. Oh, I'm typing it. It's not actually typing in the box. There we go. Sand digger. That's literally what I'm calling it. Fantastic. It's my sand digger. Let's go dig up some sand. I was basically, while I was waiting for it to turn into daytime to start the vid, I was looking through what we've got in there to see if we could make something a bit better. Hadroth is a pretty damn good shovel, but we haven't got any rubracium. That's what we're missing for that. That 2 mithril we've got, we really could use some rubracium to alloy it with. But anyway, let's head over to the desert. The desert that we haven't yet named. I feel like the desert needs a name, so if you've got any ideas for a good name for our little desert at the back there, feel free to name it. That's something you can do. We're going to just drift over there. And while we go, I'm going to just quickly chat about a few things. So first up is I've been playing quite a bit of Salem recently. What I'm doing is I'm slowly tracking my stats in ranked mode. Try to keep track of like what role it gives me and whether or not I win or lose as that role. The idea being when I get to 100... I'm going to post on the Steam forums and the Blank Media forums just to see like if any roles come up more often than others, or if any roles are particularly better for win to loss rate sort of thing. So for example, so far, I mean, I've only logged about 21 games, but I've had 3 as vet and 1 3 as vet. So vet clearly is a role where you stand a much higher chance of winning. So yeah, that's pretty curious, and I'm going to carry that over as well. Once I've done the 100, I'm going to carry it over to 200 as well, just for the sake of stats. Some people like stats, some people don't, but I got curious because I was getting GF and JLo an awful lot, and I was like, I wonder if there's some sort of bias as to what roles you're going to get, maybe based on like what roles you win as the most or something, or something like that. And I was also then I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any roles that you don't get very often, you know. So I'll be quite eager to see what the results are for that. But it's going to take a while because it's going to take me a while to log 100 games to Salem. It's not like I have an awful lot of time to do this. What else has happened to me recently? I bought a fountain pen. I've actually bought 2 fountain pens, the exact same ones, but one for red ink, one for black ink. I haven't written with a fountain pen since I was in school, and when I was in school, we used to have handwriting lessons, like learning to write cursive script with a fountain pen, like with the headmaster, which everyone seemed to hate except me. I fucking loved it. I found that a lot of fun, and I was pretty good at the old cursive script. So yeah, just for lols, I got myself a nice fountain pen, and I've got some like proper like liquid ink for it, not like cartridges, but like bottled ink. And a converter so that you can suck up the bottled ink into the pen. Oh, it's pretty exciting, actually. And then I bought the first one. I was like, oh my god, this medium nib is way too thick. So then I went and bought a fucking extra fine nib for it, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a pen nerd. You know what I mean? Thing is, I do a lot of writing, so I've always liked like trying out different pens and stuff and seeing what I like to write with. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Everyone has little things that they're just like obsessed with. Like some people are like coffee freaks and they buy like really, you know, proper obscure sorts of coffee, and some people are like, you know, they buy obscure spirits to drink, or what else do people like go on a little run of? There's all sorts of stuff. What do you guys like? What is your thing? What do you have like a large collection of, or something that you buy like premium quality stuff because it's like, I ain't using no cheap shit with my favourite thing? Just let us know in the comments, and we'll see what people like. Oh god, it's gonna take a while to collect all this sand, isn't it? This is still pretty fast though. I mean, it's getting through these blocks probably quicker than the steel one was. Although the mining speed is probably not that much different. What was the mining speed on that? Mining speed 10 compared to 14. Okay, but at least the durability. The durability is pretty damn high, which is what we need. We're going to collect all this sand to do the roof with. We also need to get the old biofuel machine functional. Did we build the energy cube? I think we did, didn't we? But we need to start getting that all piped out. We've got to find some way to like dig up onto the top of the mountain as well and get solar panels set up. That's going to take some doing. But obviously we are going to want to do it. And we're also going to want to build a water tank somewhere, just like we did in the main series, so that we can store some water, because that will be highly beneficial to us. This desert's not actually as big as I thought it was. I think we might dig our way through this quite rapidly. We won't need to dig out the whole thing just to make the roof. Did we figure out last time how many stacks it was going to take? We need stacks of sandstone, don't we? Let's stack some of this up for inventory space. There we go, it's 64. Oh, also, if you hear any banging in the background, I think it's stopped now, but there's some building work going on in the houses next door. They're having their roofs redone just before winter, and the guys have been fucking hammering away all day. And I think it's stopped, which is why I've come on now to do some recording quickly. But if it does start up again, if they have just gone for a fucking pasty break or something, that's why. Oh my god, that is like YouTuber's nightmare. Building work going on nearby. Because when that happens, you're like, oh, fuck off. Just hammering away for hours, and you're like, but I have all this filming to do. I'd planned around today as filming day. Especially because I work. It's not like I'm a normal YouTuber, like, you know, a job YouTuber where I can just do it another time. It's like, this is my day off work. If I don't film today, nothing's getting filmed, you know? Can't do it tomorrow. I'll be at work all day. Right. I'll just dig this little bit out and then we'll see if that's probably another stack. We're going to need more than 2 stacks, aren't we? Oh shit, it's already nearly night time though. Time goes so quickly in Minecraft. We need more. I guess we'll get as much as we can by, let's say, 5:30 on the raised minimap clock. And then we'll run back home. Because at that point, we'll need to make our way back so we can sleep overnight. I don't want to get... We probably could survive a night out here, but I really don't want to. Because creepers are a pain, and our armour isn't that great. Well, we're black steel. Yeah, black steel. Which is not... It's not the best. We need to go to the nether. We need some obsidian. That's something we need to work on as well. There's so much stuff we actually need to do, and it's just a matter of staying focused and trying to actually, you know, slowly achieve some of these goals, rather than sort of having 10 different goals and trying to do little bits on each of them. Just pick one goal and go for it. So right now, let's get the roof done. And once the roof is done, we'll look at the biofuel. And once the biofuel's done, we'll look at getting some obsidian and going to the nether. That's the plan. Because we can get some good mats from the nether. It'll certainly get some better armor. We might be able to make some good tools out of some shit as well. What time is it? It's 5:30. Okay, we'll dig out this square. And we're off. Okay, let's run home. Let's run all the way home. Just gonna quickly have a drink as well. Oh god, I've got over my cold, but I've still got the back end of the cough. You know, that traily bit. So I'm fine for ages, and then all of a sudden I'll have a massive, horrible, minging coughing fit, just like proper choking my ass off and stuff. I don't like that. That's the worst bit of having a cold when you're almost better, but you're just not quite. Oh man, I love our little house. I really do love our little house. In fact, I love this little series. It might not be the most entertaining series, but we are slowly achieving greatness. Oh yeah, we need to knock down the shit hut at some point as well. I guess we could do with building a lumber axe for that, but that, again, requires more mats, so that'll have to come after we've been to the nether. Going to the nether will be a good idea, because we can collect a whole bunch of nice stuff from there. And if we do find the stuff that makes manulin, was it cobalt and... begins with an A. The other stuff, I can never remember its name, but yeah, cobalt and the other stuff. That skeleton did totally not notice us, by the way. I was watching him thinking he's going to turn around and shoot me in a minute. We're not going to be able to get out of the water, but he had no idea. He was completely oblivious to the fact that we just snuck past him. We're going to chisel up this sandstone and get the roof laid and see what's going on. Oh man. Oh, it looks so great, and it looks so open because it looks like there's no roof, and yet there really is. That was such a good idea, putting glass on the roof. It really does look beautiful. It's going to look great when it rains as well. It doesn't rain very often because I'm a bit of a sleeper, but when it does rain, it'll rain onto the roof, and that just... oh, I could sit and watch that for hours. I really could. Right. We've actually got enough that I can make a few more there. Let's do that. And we need the chisel. See, we didn't even use that much durability. That wasn't bad at all. If we can get some mossy and make this auto repair, we'll have two nice little shovels there. So whenever we do need to do any shoveling, we've got the right sort of equipment. Right, let's chisel this up. Sandstone, small sandstone blocks, and small sandstone blocks, and small sandstone blocks. Right. Oh, do we have to jump for this, or am I tall enough? I hate the thing when Minecraft. When did they put that in? Yeah, this thing. Look, I remember them doing it, and it was just like the day they did that. I was like, oh come on, really? That is. Oh yeah, I remember now. I can do it. No, I can't. Yeah, I can. I can just about reach. Yeah, the day they put that in was annoying. It's like either place it or don't. Don't fool me by doing the little thing where it looks like you've placed it for a sec. It's just cheap and mean. Oh, there we go. This isn't so bad. It's not so bad at all. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty much all I've been playing is Salem recently. I haven't had a lot of time for anything else. I haven't had a chance to play any more Sunless Sea for a while, which is a shame, because I was really getting into that, but it is quite time-consuming. As much as I love it, it's like my time can be spent doing much better things. And because with me being at work so much recently, I've had to spend a lot of time just doing the editing, doing the rendering. I can't play games on my computer's rendering, it's just too hardcore. Oh, Vel's back at uni now, so he's got a lot less time on his hands. He was playing this game, I haven't bought it myself yet, but I'm planning on getting it at some point. This game called, some sort of 60 seconds? And it's like, you're a family that's like the nuclear apocalypse is happening, and you've got 60 seconds to grab a whole load of shit and get in your like nuclear bunker thing. And then from that point on, it's like a bit of a roguelike, and you have to like try and survive for so many days and stuff. It looks really good, actually. It looks like a lot of fun. I don't think it's a game with a lot of longevity, but it looks like quite a bit of fun. He was on about doing a video on it, and he was on about doing a video on something else as well, some sort of other game he got that he was really buzzing about, but he hasn't got the time. That's why his channel hasn't had any updates for like over a year now. I mean, to be fair, he could have done plenty of shit over the summer, but he didn't. He chose to not bother. He just spent the whole time chilling, so that's his own fault. That is entirely his own fault. But that's also why JD hasn't been on Salem with us for a while as well, because she's back in education. She's at college, so she also doesn't have the time. Her schedule just hasn't been meeting up with ours at all, so we've been having to do Salem without her. Which is annoying, but we've still got some stuff we want to do with her when we get the time. We wanted to revisit Talisman with JD. Oh, got one spare block of it there somehow. Oh, and another one, magically. Minecraft is fucking weird, isn't it? These little bugs that just, like, still sort of stick around. Okay, I reckon we need probably 2 more stacks in that case. Let's go back to the desert and get 2 more stacks. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Talisman. We played Talisman yonks ago on the main channel, and it was I think it was a 4-part video, and it was me and Vel just having one full game of Talisman. And it's a nice little game, and there's a lot of DLC come out since then, and I picked some of it up. Some of the new characters, I think. And it's a great game. It's a lot of fun, but it was one of those videos where we were like, we planned to do it with Jade in the first place, and she wasn't available. And we always said we'd go back and do it again with her, because it'll be a lot more fun in 3-player, both to play and to watch. Because it's one of those games that not a lot of people seem to know about. You don't see a great deal of videos on Talisman. And it's not something that, like, many of the big YouTubers play or out. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. It is. It's basically just like it's almost like D&D the board game. But not quite. A bit more simplistic than that. But still quite more complicated than your average board game. It's one of these games where, like, if you were a kid who grew up before the internet, you used to have all these board games that were, like, quite complicated and required a lot of setting up, and they had, like, cards and stuff, and oh my god, and they were essentially RPGs in board game format. It's what we had before you know, proper computer RPGs, before Final Fantasy and Suikoden came along.